So it's Music Monday, and guys, here's a Music Monday topic that I've kind of been waiting on, and that is Beto O'Rourke. Now keep in mind, Beto O'Rourke used to be in a punk band with one of the dudes from At the Drive-In. Now, interestingly enough, the dude from At the Drive-In and Beto O'Rourke both ended up getting involved in money-making scams. The dude from At the Drive-In got involved with the Church of Scientology. Beto O'Rourke got involved with the Democratic Party. So, the question, what is the deal with Beto O'Rourke? I know a lot of people kind of say he is just a neo-lib. Some people say he's the real deal. Some people say he's not the real deal, but our alternative is Ted Cruz. Some people don't know where they're at. So I thought that for Music Monday, we got to talk about that which is Beto O'Rourke. And, you know, if you have the punk rock ethics, how do you end up kind of becoming establishment like that? If he is. Luther points out that that they were for Sema Hernandez. I like Sema Hernandez too. Jordan pointed out that At the Drive-In played in one of the worst reunion shows I've ever seen. You know what? I saw At the Drive-In earlier this year, and they tore it up. They were awesome. So I don't know. I don't know when you saw them, Jordan, but I saw them, and I really, really enjoyed them. But I thought a fun Music Monday. What's the deal with Beto O'Rourke? What's the deal with Beto O'Rourke? Is he a progressive? Is he a corporatist? Does he even know? Has he lost his punk rock ethics? Why am I talking like this? Some punk rockers are right-wing. I don't understand that, but it is a thing. Be like, Beto, that punk rocker's in there somewhere. Support single payer. Right? But I know some people are convinced by it. I mean, I have not looked into a ton about him personally, so I don't really have, like, strong, definitives one way or another. But I know some of my friends in Texas, at first they were all about him, and they wanted me to do a benefit for him. They're like, will you come out here to do a benefit for Beto O'Rourke? And I say, you know, I've heard mixed things about Beto O'Rourke. I don't know if he's a real deal progressive or not. And for me personally, I'm very careful to loan my, you know, to do a actual benefit for a certain candidate. You know, I'd rather do something for a cause. You know, I'd rather do a benefit show for Municipal Internet, or do a benefit show for Black Lives Matter, or do a benefit show for homelessness, or do a benefit show for an anti-fracking group, or do a benefit show for a Fight for 15 activist group. You know, you get the idea. I'd rather do a benefit show for a cause than a particular candidate, unless it's somebody I'm really, really convinced by. You know, I would do a benefit for Gail McLaughlin. I would do a benefit for Maria Estrada. I would do a benefit for Nina Turner. All right, you get the idea. I just keep giving all these for instances. So I kind of said, look, I'm still kind of learning about Beto O'Rourke. I don't know, you know, enough about him yet. Obviously, I'm sure, you know, the alternative is Ted Cruz. So he is certainly preferable to Ted Cruz. But as far as me going as far as doing an actual benefit for him, I would need to learn a little more. And then that same person that asked me to do the benefit for Beto O'Rourke later emailed me, and they're like, he's the total corporatist. So, I don't know. I think the verdict on Beto is still out. But he used to be a big punk rocker. This should be somebody that we know, without a doubt, is in our corner. And some of you are saying in the chat, you too cannot believe that right-wing punk rockers are a thing. It is a thing. I mean, it's certainly far away from any of the messages in earlier punk rock. It's certainly far away from anything Joe Strummer taught us. It's certainly far away. I mean, I guess I guess you could kind of take it in a libertarian direction as far as like, oh, we're doing it ourselves and we don't need anybody. I mean, I can see how you could take it down that path a little bit. But even still, like all the messages, all the social messages of equality, of anti-racism, that's very far from the right. And then somebody brought up Jello Biafra. Jello's a big lefty. And I think, is it Johnny Ramone that was the Republican, Jessica? One of the Ramones was in fact a Republican. But it was only one of them. And it probably happened after they made money. One of them that got money decided, okay, Steven points out it was Johnny and Tommy. I thought it was only one. So it was two of the Ramones. But they didn't sing about politics, though. I mean, the Ramones, they were not they had a few. The only song I can think of that was kind of overtly political was when they talked about how much they hated talking about politics. That song, something that makes me sick, it's when someone tries to tell me about politics. Now I'm getting a copyright strike. Damn it. Isn't Johnny Rotten all about Trump now? I do not know one way or another, but I'm one of those people. I'm not into Johnny Rocket. Johnny Rocket. Wow. I'm still waking up, folks. Johnny Rotten. I think the Sex Pistols in many ways were the monkeys of that era in the sense that they were created. And so I mean I like some of the Sex Pistols music. I respect them for what they were. But I will take the Dead Kennedys. I will take the Ramones. I will take the Clash. I will take the Cure any day of the week. So anyway, I guess, what are your guys' thoughts on Beto O'Rourke? Joseph points out that he sent a Beto clip where he mentions Joe Kennedy when talking about who should be a leader of the Democratic Party. And Edwin points out Beto supports strengthening the ACA. Whatever that means. We don't even know what that means. Strengthening the ACA. I mean, what does that mean? The ACA is the policy it is. It still leaves about 30 million people left uninsured. How do you strengthen it? You know how you strengthen it? You make it single payer. That's how you strengthen the ACA. So these people that, we're going to strengthen the ACA, that's our concern right now. That's just word salad, verbal diarrhea. That's what that is. It makes no sense. We're going to strengthen this flawed policy. This policy that was meant to keep the insurance companies at the table. It's Mitt Romney's plan. Is it better than the nothing we had? Yes, but it still wasn't what we needed. The way to strengthen the ACA, quote unquote, would have been to have the public option in there in the first place. Because then we'd be that much closer to single payer. So whenever somebody says strengthen the ACA, that's code for I want to do the right thing about healthcare, but I won't support single payer because my donors don't want it. So don't be fooled. And if that's the camp Beto's in, then yeah, he's just another neoliberal. And I totally understand completely if you're going to say, well, my other option is Ted Cruz, so I'd love to see this guy pick off Ted Cruz. I'm with you. I'd love to see Ted Cruz get picked off too. It would be huge. But, I guess the verdict's still out. I mean, some people are convinced by him, some people not so much. I mean, it would be punk rock if he kind of played the game doing the neoliberal thing and then when he got elected took the gloves off. That would be pretty freaking punk rock. But I'm surprised. You'd think that a punk rocker would totally be somebody 100% in our corner. Somebody that but people change and people evolve. Fear supported Reagan. 2 of the Ramones. I thought it was only 1, but 2 of the Ramones are Republicans. But, yeah. Samir says Beto equals Doug Jones. Jeesh. I hope it's not that bad. I don't know if he's that bad. I mean, Doug Jones. Yeah, I mean, Doug Jones, I don't know if he would, based on it, and again, I've been very clear that I'm still learning about Beto O'Rourke, and the point of me bringing him up was because of his punk rock background from Music Monday, but based on what little exposure I've had, I doubt he would vote with Trump the way Doug Jones has. I don't think he'd be, I mean, you might be right, but I don't know if he'd be a Doug Jones. And then Dana points out, I just want Ted Cruz out. I get it. No, I totally get it.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. Go through it together and make it our own. Get your news on